All right, we're live, Purveyors of Health, another week and another Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific. And today we have a very special guest. Her name is Nadine Kennedy. What's up, Nadine? How are you? Tell the people about yourself. What's going on?
Hello. Thank you, first of all. Thank you so much, Angelo and Mallory, for inviting me. This is such a privilege. I love you guys. You guys are the coolest, healthiest people I have gotten to know by far. Your vibe, your energy, your love, your passion. I mean, you guys are so much fun to be around, and I am so grateful to be in this journey with you. And honored that you would even want me to come and share anything here. You got all of these people you could talk to, and you chose me. That's really humbling, and I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Thank
So,
you so much, Nadine. Thank you.
oh, and so, hi, I am Nadine Kennedy, and again, I'm really grateful to be here, and I'll share a little bit about my health journey. So, if you notice an accent, is because I was not born in this country. I actually came to this country when I was 21 years old. I was born in a Commonwealth country, I like to say. I don't like to say the name, but I'll say it's Trinidad. Not Tobago, Trinidad. So I'm not Jamaican. For people who think that I'm Jamaican, I'm not. Don't ever say I'm Jamaican, ever. I will punch you through the Zoom link. Okay, so nothing against Jamaicans, but my family, my father is the first of 20 kids. My mom is the first of 12, and my father's family had a farm. So we have a family farm, and I grew up eating just really wholesome, healthy, running around barefoot, jumping in rivers. I would like to say before Troy Casey or anyone coined cold showers, we were doing cold showers because we were poor and because we had no running water, and just because we would bathe under the standpipe and under the roof and the galvanized, all that stuff. We weren't really like terrible poor, but it just we had no running water. We would drink from springs and stuff. So I was always healthy. Like I was never sick as a child. I even asked my dad. Like I didn't have a cold. I didn't have like any sort of thing that kids have, like no runny nose, nothing. It was just like, it was just, to me, I look back and I think, wow, I was never sick. My mom did a lot of healthy stuff. She would give us molasses and some other thing to purchase every summer at the end of the summertime because, because of ringworms and running bare feet all over the yard and basically the town, where you get stuff in you, so you get a purge before going to school. She would give us a lot of herbs and stuff, just Caribbean old wives' tale stuff. That's a big deal now, in America. We did a lot of intermittent fasting, accidentally, like I told Mallory, mostly because sometimes we just didn't have like a lot of things to eat in the morning. So it was like accidental. So I think that really jumpstart our immunity without knowing. And so I was always healthy. My family was always healthy. And then I moved to the US. Now I had no allergies. I would eat coconuts and everything off the land, not even washing it, Came to the US at 21, started eating the food here, and I got really I started having gut problems. I had rashes. I had respiratory issues, like bloating, itching all over, like brain fog. I started getting real sick. And my mom was like, started sending food for me cooked already, because you can't send fresh produce to America. So anyone who was coming up here, she would just pack like food and send it up, cooked food and stuff. And she thought it was what I was eating because I wasn't accustomed to all this processed food. Now, mind you, we didn't have American television in the Caribbean because we were British Commonwealth. So we mostly had stuff from England. And when we did get American television, the first thing I saw was Sesame Street and a KFC commercial. Man, that chicken looks so good. You gotta understand. I had just come from black and white, turned the knob TV, fixing the antenna, only because my parents didn't have a color TV. And all of a sudden we had Sesame Street and KFC. You could smell that KFC to the screen. Third world country, guy. If you know what I'm saying, it's a different life. And I remember watching Sesame Street. Cookie Monster's cookie was the best cookie. I wanted that cookie. Not the cookie my mom made from the barley and the rice and the foolishness that she had. Just that cookie. So I came here, I got the Cookie Monster cookie, which was a famous Amos and all the junk stuff that they have here. And I got the KFC. And the chickens here were like turkeys. Were like turkeys because I grew up on a farm, right? So we had these little mangy chickens. And as a kid, I would help I'm now vegan, just so you know. And as a kid, I would help my dad like kill the chickens humanely, of course. He would take one, wind up, slash the head, put in hot water, pull out the feathers. It was like a little chicken, you know, like a little chicken like this. And it'll feed, we have like 4, because it's like a lot of us. I got like 100 and something cousins and stuff. So just think of it. My dad is the first of 20. Each person has like 5 kids. Very reproductive people. So when I came to America, and I'm like, Mom, you get the card, you call up. The chickens are so big. Everything is so gigantic here. It's like the land of promise. Indeed, this is America. In the meantime, I'm calling the emergency room every weekend. It was just a thing for me. Just call the ER, get the ambulance to come pick me up, take me to get breathing, then go back and eat and all that stuff. It was just like really bad. So my mom came up and she got sick. So mom was a very spiritual person because I'm Christian. Said, you know, I think it's the food. I think it's the food, Nadine. So let's just go. Forget all the chicken tastes weird.
Hey guys, if you're not talking, can you please mute yourself? Whoever's out there making noise, it's okay if you chime in, but somebody's out there grinding some noises.
It's okay.
Right on. Thank you. Sorry about that, Nadine. Go on.
That's okay. The eggs here are gigantic, like this big. And as a kid, I would go under the layer for breakfast and push my hand under the layer and take out an egg. And it was like a fresh warm egg. It was like this small with spots on there. So now I'm getting eggs from like Costco, white eggs, like gigantic ones. And I'm just like, wow, everything is so very interesting tasting, and I'm just getting sicker and sicker and sicker. So I went vegan, right? But my problems didn't stop. It kind of subsided. I was able to cure my respiratory situation. I was living on antibiotics to the point where my doctor said, we don't have another antibiotic for you. You know, I didn't know anything about gut and all of these things. I was still in Encyclopedia Britannica. Yes, I'm 47 years old. Okay, I was still in the Encyclopedia Britannica stage. There was no iPhone, there was no internet. You just had to go to the library and find stuff out. But something in me told me that I need to change my diet. I started changing my diet. I became vegan. And then I started doing my doula business, which required me to travel all over the US to get jobs. And of course, if you're vegan and now you want to eat healthy, it is hard. So I would go to places like Costco or to the regular grocery store. I would absolutely max out on power shakes and protein shakes. It was my thing. So I knew the spirulina was good. I knew that having a protein shake was good. I knew these things. So I would go with one of these companies. I don't want to say their name, but you guys know the company. You know, they have all these flavors and they were good. And I was getting bloated and fat. Now I average 109, 105 because I'm like tall and skinny. But here, using these shakes, I was just like blowing up and with severe acne, even on a vegan diet, even on these green shakes. So one day, I decided to just do all of these really woo-woo stuff. Get some oils, go to where, you know, visit people like Angelo. There's a lot of people like Angelo that lives in New York. You know, they live in the East Village there. And they have all these little things that they do, you know, with the stones and the sunbathing and stuff. So I went over there one day. I was like, you know what? Maybe I can find green shakes. So they led me to this place called the Jarvis Center where they have these vegan shows and stuff. And I was looking for a green shake. I kid you not. I was looking for this thing, something I could take with me. So this guy stopped with me and he said, try this thing. It was a big Purium logo, kind of like what's behind Rama Hayes there. That big old green thing. He's shaking this thing. And I'm like, you know, sure, what is this? You know, now there's a lot of shakes all over, but this one got my attention, the energy, something about it. And I tried it and I was like, oh, this thing tastes nasty. He's like, oh, you should try this one. He gave me the one that, that was not sweet. He gave me the one that was not appleberry. He's like, taste this one. I was like, oh, this is good. He said, what else you got? So he had a container apple of carrot juice open up, carrot powder. So here's the thing. When I was home, I used to go steal at night milk and sugar with Ovaltine or Milo or cocoa and mix it up and eat it under my bed. And so that was like a treat for me. I don't know, Rama Hayes is laughing. He knows what I'm talking about. You mix that thing up and you just like eat that real quick. You hope your parents don't see you, except that you have all the evidence all over your mouth and stuff, and you're lying, saying how you didn't eat anything, but you did. So the carrot powder tasted like this thing. But it wasn't. So it reminded, it was like comfort food. So I was like, I just want like 5 of these bottles of like carrot powders, please. He's like, no, come over to do this, like talk about something. I was like, if I come, I'll get the carrot powder juice thing. He was like, yeah. So I came, he showed me the whole 4 thing. He put some in there. I said, where do I sign? I signed up. I started drinking this thing and I swear to you, my skin got cleared up. If you look at my IG, I had like cystic acne. I started losing the bloating. I was just more alive because I work nights. I started telling my moms about it. I went on Facebook. I wasn't doing the business much because I've been using this product for a good long while, for many years now, before I started to do the business. Because I was like, oh, I don't want to do the business. I want to do the business. You know, I started doing the business since COVID hit because like there's no newborns, nobody went to in their house, you know. And so I was using it and I started getting into learning about natural health. I started juicing. I started just being around people like you guys and learning about, you know, what like sunbathing does and positive thinking does and sun gazing and cold, like legit intentional cold showers and stuff. And then I started doing an experiment, and I want to show you this because this is going to be really mind-blowing for you. So I was so crazy about this stuff. I used to go and travel wherever there was like a health symposium. I would take my money that I worked hard for and I would go and listen to them. So one day there was a health symposium in New Mexico somewhere. And I went to listen and I had my shake, but I was kind of hungry. I went to Trader Joe's, got some apples and stuff, ate it, was so happy. Trader Joe's is so great, organic stuff, all that good stuff. I'm so sorry. 1 second. And so I'll wind this up with this, and because there's a reason why I'm telling you this, and how it's going to segue into why Purium is so amazing. Okay, so I went to Trader Joe's. I had my apples and stuff, put it in my suitcase. Forgot an apple, must have slipped in the side somewhere. The next day I went to Rama, slipped it aside. The next day I opened the suitcase, and there is the apple. No, this is not the same apple. But this apple I've had since last year. And so are these grapes since last year. You should take a look at these grape tomatoes I've had since last year. And I have documented proof on Facebook because in the bottom of it says organic non-GMO, but I got this from Costco. And these are what I call zombie tomatoes. They're zombie tomatoes because they do not die. Now I did an experiment where I purchased organic tomatoes from a organic seller and I put them next to each other. Okay, you can take a look. I put them next to each other and the organic tomatoes rotted. In fact, they festered. There were maggots everywhere. There was gnats and flies and all these different things. These never rotted. So what I did was I was like, this is unbelievable. Let me take some of that rotting, festing tomatoes, put it inside of this container, right? Now, this is the worst looking one. This is the worst looking tomato. And this here, I can say is the best looking tomato. There's still like some This is almost a year old, guys. This is not rotting. I'm keeping this until it rots. Maybe till Jesus comes, who knows? But I will show this every year until it rots, who knows? I want you guys to do it yourself. Do it yourself, just keep it somewhere. This is proof of what we're putting in our body. So I put the rotting tomato, disgustingness with the worms and the maggots inside of this container. Guess what happens to the maggots? They died. They calcified on here. They died. They did not even go in. In fact, I have a gnat problem in my hydroponic where I have all these little bugs and stuff. So I got a gnat zapper. There isn't a bug or fly that would go near this. There isn't an insect that would go near this. There isn't a species, an alien species, an unknown virus, not even COVID is going to touch this. I'm telling you, that may not have been the right thing to say. I'm sorry, Angelo. Okay.
Love it.
There is no mold. There is nothing. Should I eat this? You think I should eat this? You guys want? Who wants me to eat this?
Definitely.
Raise a hand. No, right? No.
No, Nadine.
Okay.
Yeah,
oh my gosh. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Imani.
Don't eat it.
My people are here. I didn't even recognize you guys. You guys are supposed to my support. And so when I tell you guys, you have to watch what you eat. Just because it says organic, non-GMO doesn't mean it is. Test everything. This is when I realized that what are we putting in our body? Why are we so sick? Why do we have mental health issues? Why do we have gut issues? Why do we have cancer? For women, why do we have infertility? Right? That's a big deal. That's a big deal. I'm a postpartum doula. Infertility is raving everywhere. The inability to get pregnant and you're young, the ability to keep a pregnancy, that's a big deal. Why are our hormones up and down? Why are we depressed? It's this stuff that we're eating, this fake food, this fake stuff that does not rot. How can a tomato be here and not rot? So let's talk about Purium and why Purium is great. Not because I use it. So what if I didn't use it? Someone else uses it, it's great. But because it is organic, it is non-GMO, it is from sprouts. That is why it's great. Because everyone who's ever used it have testified how it has changed their lives, their health, their selves. We cannot find anything. And I used to be, I was a shake addict. I love shakes. I love superfood shakes. Love it. Shake addict. It scares me to think if I don't have Purium, what I'm going to do. What am I going to, I may become a breatharian, I swear. But I can't even be one in New York because it's so toxic here. You know what I'm saying? It scares me. Like, no lie, I ran out of Power Shake this week and I'm dying. I'm eating like spirulina, Power Greens, all the other stuff. I'm like, this will never happen to me again. I have the MVP sport, but like I'm living on that epigenous kids right now, guys. Living on it. I am so grateful for Purium. I want you guys to be passionate about this product because people are passionate about putting this in their bodies. When you go to Costco and you see someone toting this whole stuff and you see them with their kids and they're buying half of this, I want to say, this is poisonous for you, but I can't because you're going to kick me out.
You know what, Nadine? I'll stick with that. I have no problem calling out these nefarious players in this organic business because Costco, they're like one of the biggest sellers of organic. Same with Walmart. But the Kirkland line, that's what it is. That's the Costco organic or whatever their brand is, Kirkland. I've looked at a lot of their stuff and the stuff that if a company's making some organic and some not organic, like if they have one berry that's organic and this one's not, there's a very, very good chance that they're cross-contaminating those anyways. Like it might have been grown organically, but then they spray it after they harvested it to keep it like last you a year. And that's horrifying.
It is.
It is very horrifying. And so I want to encourage you guys to do your research. And when you do your research, to share. Like I go on Amazon Prime and I just put in GMO stuff. Recently, I found this horrible documentary called Genetically Modified Children about the tobacco company that uses GMO seeds and then sprays a million toxins on their plants and then washes it out before they bring it to America. And this is a big company, right? Smith something or the other. And so this is what we're fighting. We're fighting this, and we are, fighting all the things that is in our system. If we don't clean our system out and educate people how to clean the systems out with the pure products that we use. And you know what? I would fight any other company. I'd fight them. Show me your best that you have. Because I know what it did for me and other people. I know what it does for my moms. I have a mom right now who she had twins, and now she has her third kid. Very, very quickly after, she's kind of doing what my grandfather did, just to have them back to back. And she said to me, Nadine, I'm so grateful that you told me to do the Purium, because in the third trimester, I can eat anything. I can eat anything. Her milk is coming out, the baby's thriving. This baby doesn't have any colic, this baby doesn't have any eczema. Remember, it's going into the body and it's going into the breast milk and it's going into the baby. Sometimes if you use, I'm talking about these guys. If you use Purium a lot as a breastfeeding mom, sometimes the milk is a little bit greenish. Who wants their babies to get little greenish milks? I do. Yes, Rama Hayes is all about that life. All about that life. Because here's why. Because the doctor would give your infant some foolish, crazy steroid for something, but they would not recommend a superfood or something that's healthy for your baby. They rather go with all the drugs. I have another friend whose doctor said, you need to detox. And I said, try detox and natural. He gave him a detox pill. And my friend is not well. But people rather do one thing because they don't know. So this is why I love Purium, because our food is great. But not only is it great, our values are great. We have the best values, Kevin. Luna, we have the best values. We do, Peter.
So
John,
Nadine, I've been researching this, and all the evidence I found says that in a 4-year medical school, most aspiring doctors receive less than 20 hours of nutritional training. So you go to a hospital, it's a place of disease. I mean, you've got the soda machines and the candy bar machines right in the waiting room. There's a sign like saying, ask your physician before taking this. What physician is going to say, take that? Right? They have contracts. Sugar, Coca-Cola is 10 teaspoons of sugar in a 12-ounce can, and it's chock full of phosphoric acid so that you don't vomit. If you took 10 tablespoons of sugar, you would throw up, but the phosphoric acid keeps it down. So this is frightening to think that we live in this world right now. So thank you.
And
for
also aspartame's in Coca-Cola too.
What's that, Peter?
Aspartame.
That's even worse. So like causes cancer in lab animals, but says right on the package, equal, sweet and low. What is that going to do to you?
Right? It's crazy.
Tell us.
That's why I'm so passionately I'm so passionate about teaching and educating on good health, especially as a believer, especially as a Christian. Why? Because it is my duty.
Yeah.
It's my duty. It is my duty. It's like there's so many people falling, dropping at the side of me, and all they have to do is tweak one thing. Maybe that one thing, guys, is to go outside every morning for a walk. Maybe to do some skipping. Maybe start there. Maybe to start having one positive thing that you say. Maybe go to bed early. Maybe take your phone off at night. Maybe don't scroll. Maybe eat one healthy, non-GMO food a day. Start there. When it starts changing your mindset, you will see how you start making all these better decisions, Kevin. It was my mom passed away from cancer, but it wasn't because she wasn't eating well. It was because she she had accumulation of all of this stuff that was not taken care of. Stress, toxic food that came into my country. Don't let me get started about what KFC, American TV, and all of that stuff had done to my beautiful country, which now we board up because of the violence. Is absolutely crazy because we like to imitate, right? Everybody likes to imitate stuff. I'm not bringing America so far, but I know that when we had the Pandora's box of American television and commercial advertising, that is much better than any show there is. Let me tell you something. Show a third world child a Domino's pizza box opening, and you have gotten a dip for life. You could smell that pizza from the bottom of China. And as soon as they land here, that is where they're going. They will forsake all of the things that their parents have taught them, all of the right things to do. That's what I did. A warm cup of water every morning, my mom said. Put some herbs in it. Oh, no, only got soda. Oh, right? And so it's our job to bring back what we know is true. What all of our ancestors, because we are all one, we come from the same person, regardless if I'm Black or you're Spanish or you're white or whatever. We come from the same place. Adam and Eve, we come from one place, right? We're all human beings on this earth. We all have the same ancestors doing the same things. The white people, Angelo's white people, was running around picking the herbs and doing all the things the same way Kevin's, John's. And
who you calling white?
We're all doing the same damn thing. So, okay, it's all the same, you know. So we have to really educate. Hey, Veronica. And that's all I want to say. That's all I got to share. You can tell I'm passionate about it. I got sweet.
Right. Give it up for Nadine, everybody. Nadine Kennedy. Big ups.
Hey.
Big ups.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Testify, sister.
So good, Nadine. Oh my gosh, I love hearing you speak. There was parts of that story I hadn't heard before either. I love that you've been experimental and you're able to show proof so that people can actually see what's going on, because we can talk to people about the message until we're blue in the face, but seeing that visual of the tomatoes was mind-blowing.
Yeah, it was.
And the thing about these companies too, it's not just about they're touting the quality, it's about the integrity of the companies and the founders and the owners and the people who are behind it. Like, what's the integrity of a Costco organic brand? What's the integrity of Purium? The integrity of Purium is David Sandoval and Amy Venner, who are now running the Million Moms movement to get the toxins out of our soil, air, and water. And David Sandoval, who's had 30 years in the organic foods industry. The farms are grown on volcanic ash beds in 6,000 foot elevation in Utah. I mean, these other companies, they drop a bunch of money, cut all the corners they want. And by definition, organic only has to be 95% organic by weight. And it doesn't even include what happens after it's picked. That's just how it's grown and harvested. So, you know, not all organics are created equal. The USDA is not even the highest certification of organic that there is in America. But it's a good bellwether on a certain level. Like, I agree. I always, whenever I buy organic food, I always wash it too. You know, I wash it with, like, either if you have a Kangen, you can get like a good acidic washer, or I put like a cap full of apple cider vinegar with water in there and let it soak for a while, then rinse it really good. Because, man, we're being inundated with toxins at every turn. Even if you're organic, even if you have to continually and regularly detoxify your body. Because we're being exposed, like Nadine says, there's glyphosate everywhere around us. You know, jets are expelling, you know, genetically modified corn biofuels from their tanks. So if you're someone who happens to live near a body of water, near an airport, you're getting toxified big time. And not to mention all the electromagnetic frequencies from 5G towers everywhere. Our cells are being stressed in many ways, especially if it's not even your health, it's your mental health, right? If you're stressing all the time, your body's under duress all the time in this society. So It's good to clean. It's good to fast. It's good to make sure you're getting a good water source. You know, Brita filters, they'll do some filtration, but you need more because there's poison everywhere you look. And it's frightening to think about, but it's also important to recognize, because if we're not conscious, then we're unconscious. So that whole thing with those tomatoes, Nadine, oh my God, that's just like such an eye opener for a certified USDA organic tomato a year, maggot free. I mean, maggots are, you know, people are like, oh, maggots. Maggots are essential, man. It's about the cycle of life, and the cycle of life ends when you spray that crap on the foods. And I saw a big bushel, a box from, I think it was Cash and Carry. I don't know if you guys have those there, but like full of produce. And it wasn't the box, it was an apple box, and there wasn't apples in it, but it was just being used by the person that was bringing their stuff. And I looked on the side, and it had a list of all the chemicals that they spray on these Washington apples. And then they're dipped in wax on top of all that. But these chemicals, I looked up each and every one of them. And of course, you're going to get the government slant on like Google or somewhere, because the first sources that come up is usually like WebMD, Healthline, blah, blah, blah. They're all pushing pharmaceuticals illegally, but legally on those sites. So America is one of 2 countries in the world that legally advertises pharmaceuticals on television. And it wasn't even legal in America, I think, until like 2000 or around then, late 90s. So to see what's legally allowable in this country, even from companies like McDonald's, if you look at the ingredients in McDonald's French fries in America versus England, it's America is so lenient on poison, like how much poison they'll let you eat. And it's just frightening. And yeah, that's eye-opening to see that. Like these high fructose corn sugar everywhere you look. If you drop a little high fructose corn sugar on the sidewalk, ants are going to run from it. They're not going to go eat it. If you drop sugar, they're going to go and get some. But like, it's not food. And animals know this. That's why the maggots know this. They know this is poison. They're like, nah, and then they die. It's like, you gotta feel, I never felt more sorry for a maggot in my life. So, yeah.
It's so funny because one of the things I know with Peruvian Trinidadians is especially is, I guess, when the kid, so I have not been there for 20 something years now. So I know whenever anyone is coming up to America, one of the things they'd be like, can you bring some KFC? Because the chicken in Trinidad and the French fries in Trinidad that they use is different. I can't tell you it's non-GMO. I know they're not, you know, exporting chicken into Trinidad. I'm sure it's like local chicken, but it's much different, smaller and darker than the ones here. I can't tell you how better it is. I heard it tastes much better, but you're right. It's a very different. The fries, you know, I mean, like once a year, I would not lie to you. At the end of the year, I have, you know, Catherine would know this. I eat French fries. Like once a year, I eat French fries, I think, because I love KFC. Not KFC. I love McDonald's. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to splurge. I have been really good all year. I've drank all my shakes. So I get to eat French fries. Right, Kevin? Come on, you know, they want to leave the earth without, you know, some McDonald's French fries. And it's always like, oh, I waited a year for this. Oh, okay, next year, hopefully it'll be better.
Thank you for sharing.
Nadine, oh yeah, sorry. Would you like to speak?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Nadine, I was just saying, this is Travis here, just such a great, amazing story that's just really, really well done, where there's not many tangents. It's really well focused. I really appreciate the focus of the story. And it's just a powerhouse story. I just wanted to say, great way to go. I really think you're going to do this, and I can't wait for the day that you turn diamond and we can all give you a huge round of applause. I just think you're such a inspiration to all of us, and just such a wonderful story. So just thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate it.
Nadine, I showed my mom today the poster of, you know, the that we put together, the poster, that the picture that you gave us for the poster for this event. And I said, Mom, how old do you think this woman is right here? She's like, I don't know, 32. I'm like, no, she's like 48. She's like, wow. So I think so many people look older than they are because they don't eat optimally. We have all this toxicity in our world right now, but we also have all this abundance too. If we know where to find it, if we know a good source, we can thrive and live longer than we were before. So this is great. I wanted to ask you though, Nadine, before we get through with this, tell us a little bit about the business side of what you're doing with Purium, and share a little bit about when you
Sure.
started.
So, the business side. So, I'm having so much fun with the business, and I would say that I just started having fun because I kind of freed myself from the burden of like, I gotta get this brand partner, I gotta get this, BV, I gotta get this. I freed myself from that. I helped my brain move away from the scarcity mindset, meaning there's only so much people that I can talk to. I have the world to talk to, you know. I've surrounded myself with a lot of friends who pray for me and support me, like Catherine here in, I think Manuel left. So that's one thing I've done. I've gotten myself into this winning mindset where, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm in this for the long term. I am not going to give up. It doesn't matter how slow I go, how far I go, who comes with me, who comes and stays, who comes and go. I am in it for the long haul. Why? Because I eat Purium every day. And if I don't have Purium to eat, then I don't know what happened to my life. And as long as I put that green crack in my mouth, I'm going to tell someone else about the green crack. Right, Catherine? Trying to get cracked in on the green crack. Ask Catherine when I come to her house. Nadine, do you need anything? No. Why? Because I have the green crack. Right, Catherine? Right. Okay. So anyway, Catherine is my friend from Jersey. About the business. I started off, so I've been using Purium for 4 years now, and I tried the business and it failed. I had the wrong mindset. I thought, oh, because I'm Black, you know, I'm vegan. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin. You know, it's hard to get Black folk to eat green food. Spirulina, what the heck is that? Kevin, come on, talk to me here. You know I'm talking about, brother. That's what white people think. Are you kidding me? Rama Hayes, he talked to him about that. You know, Mallory, John Lohr. Yeah, these are the kind of people, John, Peter, these kind of people, Angelo, they're going to eat spirulina. Hey. What is that? Are you kidding me? Where is my Kentucky Fried Chicken? I'm going to die. I'm going to die eating a chicken. I'm not going to be like you. This is all the BS I would get. Okay, I'm saying, right? Right, Kevin? You with me, Kevin? You talking about, right, Catherine? Catherine is Latino. You ask her, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, this is not for me. I'm Black, I'm a woman, I'm an immigrant. They're not gonna, that was all my limited mindset because I was just like thinking, I'm just gonna share it to my people and they're gonna accept it and try. So I didn't do the business for 4 years because of that, because I got all these no's from all of my folks. And I couldn't get a couple of white people to buy it from me because they were doing essential oils. So it was just like a really, really bad Mallory situation, bad mindset, bad posturing, Angelo, bad posturing, had no damn idea what to do. So finally, Kevin, you got to have that good, look, I'm telling you, African-American to African-American, I guess you look a little dark here. I don't know, you could be different. Got to have a different posture. You got to have a different posture, okay? So then I went down south with Purium. Kevin is laughing at me because he knows what I'm talking about. You don't go toting this green crack down south, telling people they need to stop eating meat and go organic. What the heck? So they be passing out demons out of you right away. I know I'm in a tangent here, but there's a reason, because it's all about posture, posturing yourself. I am not trying to get you to drink my food. I am trying to get you to be healthy. So what I had to do is change up how I thought about the business. how I thought about what my value is. I had to find value in what I'm doing. I love this stuff. It's worked for me. I want to share. It's the best thing that's going to happen to you. And this is how I started to get my coach, who when I met him was eating that nasty ham, that really that bacon with most of it is fat, and like a one line of bacon and then this much fat. And he was like, that's how I got, he's African American. He got all these people on it. Posture. So about the business is really about how you posture yourself. The product would sell itself. So you posture yourself to win, and you tell them about the benefits, and you know for sure in your heart that this is going to work for you. It doesn't matter where they're from, what country they're in, what race you are, if you're immigrant, if you're legal, if you're not legal, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Posture. That's the first part of doing this business, of any business. As a doula, I can tell you, when I go to a new mom who is having a baby or who had a baby, I gotta have a good posture, right? Rama Hayes, you know, nobody with no bad posture around your newborn. Posture sells everything. Then also you have to, there's a book called How to Never Lose a Customer. I can't remember the name of the book, the author, but he says, when you're trying to sell something, you want to give them the experience first. So give them the experience of how to work, what it is to be your friend, what it is to work with you. Ask Catherine what it is to be my friend. She knows that most likely I'm going to talk about gut health, right, Catherine? I'm going to talk about something healthy. I'm going to talk about, you know, what are you going to do for your side hustle? Because me and Catherine, we ride and die. So what is the experience like to be with you? Because in a network marketing business, it's a long-term thing. You just don't sell them and leave them. You want them to be raving fans. If they're not raving fans, you have not closed the deal. Raven consumers will tell other people who can become your brand partners. That is how I managed to grow to executive with only 2 brand partners. Yeah, I met this girl. I said to her, I have this product for you, but this is what it did for me. You know, you could talk to my coach. And she was like, I don't know. I sent her all the information. I love this product. I kept on, I followed her on IG. I liked her pictures. She's a pretty girl. I told her really nice things and stuff, real genuine stuff, because she's killing it. She's killing it what she's doing. And I really admired that. So I found something about her I could admire. And I really, really told her how. I like to say I Shivaed her. If you guys know Shiva, you know what I'm talking about. I Shivaed her up. Valerie, I know what I'm talking about. If you know Shiva will tell you, by the time you're done, you're like, okay, thank you. I can go sleep now, right? Time he's done with you. She came back, she bought the product. It worked for her. She's told everyone. She's a raving fan of it. She's got brand partners. They are raving fans. So in order to do Purium, you need to get them from interested in it to raving fans, whether they are brand partners or they are consumers. I've had this mom, this grandma who uses the Epigenus Kids now, and I've been working on her. She's like, oh, I see your post. Just try it. If you don't want it, return it. If you don't get your money back, I'll personally give you your money. I can say that, not because I have a lot of money, because I know the thing works. Kevin, I know the thing works. When you know something works, you can tell people that you will put your money on that thing. I'm telling you, it's just like that. For example, I'll tell you, my hands has been really dry from washing my hands forever with soap and sanitizing. So this will kind of sound weird. It's on my IG. So I'm looking for a cream that is good for my skin. Nothing works. My mom's, they're breastfeeding and they have this nipple cream. Hiramis might know what it is. I put it on my hand. It healed it in 1 hour. I post everywhere about this cream. So I'm thinking to myself, look at this advertising. I'm not getting $1 from this. If we are raving fans, if I'm such a raving fan about this cream that healed my skin, and I think I must have sold about $40, $50 of this cream today because everybody's using it now and sharing it. how much more do I want to be a raving fan about this Purium product? And the same way you post and the same way you talk about your hairstyle and your barber and your whoever you're wearing, your brand, Catherine, Veronica, your favorite sneaker, whatever you like. That's how you talk about Purium. And if you're not talking about Purium like that, fall in love with it again. Like Lucy liked to say, you're courting. You're courting, fall in love with it. When you fall in love with it, people will see your light and they'll follow you. And that's how I did the business. And I plan to go all the way to the top. I don't know how long it'll take. I can't tell you. I'm not going to be like, you know, I'm a very different kind of person, but I'm going to go all the way. I'm going to get there. And I'm going to get there with integrity. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say BS. I'm not going to say this is, you know, if it's not working, if this is not working, for example, in the ultimate, sometimes if you have diabetes, you cannot take the apothecary because it spikes your sugar. So I'm going to say, take less of that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I say, this is, you know what, you can't do the ultimate right now. Maybe just do a power shake. Right? Because I want to do this with integrity. Because I want people to come back. I want people to come back. I want people to use the product, people to love it. And I want them to love the company. And I represent Purium. I want nothing to happen to it. So I want to have integrity with it. No BS, no tricks, nothing. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's how we do our business. We become raving fans of it. We tell people, not ashamed. And we get people on board. It's not easy, but it's not hard either. I don't know if that answered your question, Angelo.
All that in a barrel of tomatoes. So I wanted to say, like, ask you, Nadine, we're about to wrap up, and thank you so much. You're such a wonderful guest and host for this call, so thank you. People that are just getting started into doing this, because I know we have some people on here that are kind of new. What do you say to them? I know being a raving fan is great. Like, how do you reach out to people? Is it just you call people that you know? When you run out of all the people that you know to ask and tell about the product, then what do you do?
So it depends on so the first thing, I guess, for me, like I said, I've been using this for 4 years and I just started a business because of the pandemic. It was really hard for me because I didn't want to tell people that I know. Catherine, when did I tell you about Purium, right?
You told me about more than a month ago, 2 months ago.
Okay, and I started, Catherine is my girl, and I started since last year, and she's my friend, and even tell her. So don't do like me. Tell the people that you know, and get your no's quickly. Get all of your no's. Collect your no's. No's are great. No's make you strong. Get all your no's. Because after all those no's, you're going to get yeses. Now I'm going to tell, something Olivia says, if you don't tell your best friend that you're doing a business, then are you really doing a business? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing?
That's the saying that Troy Casey said, the secret to being in business is not keeping your business a secret.
Yeah, and I kept a secret from, and then I sold Catherine one thing. What, not even a kit. Catherine, I didn't get you on here to sell you a whole thing, just support. I sold her one thing. I was so nervous. So don't be nervous. Try not to be nervous. Count to 10 and just call them. Hey, Mallory, how are you doing? Girl, I'm in this new thing now. I want you to know about it. I have no time. Okay, sure. When can you talk? Later. Okay. Later comes. So I'm this new thing, you know how it is, pandemic, whatever your story is. I want you to take a look. Are you willing to take a look, Mallory? Yeah, sure, of course, because she would say yeah, or she's it butthole. She would say no, I'm not interested. Okay, no problem. What are you into? So they switch it back. What are you into? Okay, so this is it here. Send her some stuff. Would you ask this? Would you look at this? If I send it to you, sure. When can I check back with you, Mallory? Now you say, I don't know yet. That's okay. Well, if you knew when I can check back with you, when would it be? You just twisted it that a little bit and get her confused a bit. And she would say, well, you can check back with me on Tuesday. Always say that. If you knew when. When people say I don't know, then switch the question up a bit. They will give you an answer, you know? So then, sure, tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow comes, you text her, hey girl, you like your stuff and all that good stuff. And then this for newbies, hit up all your people, hit up your sister, hit up your ex, hit up your brother you haven't spoken to. Just hit them up. Don't go back and forth. You know, there's no dating in this thing. There's just hit them up. You may get a whole bunch of no's. It's okay. It's okay. Because you need to get through the no's. You need to feel the pain of rejection. Feel that pain and swallow it. Swallow it like a good chug of apothecary. Feel it all through you, that no, so that you can get strong. And then after you get those no's and you get immune to it, like it's no longer your kryptonite, and you put on your coat, take off your little hat, your Superman fly, and you go for the yeses. Because the no's are not going to affect you anymore. The no's used to defeat me. Close the gap. Close the gap. Because the no's, you'll be like, oh, I got defeated. So now, you know what? I'll tell you what I told my mom today. Be like a toddler. You guys have toddlers? You ever see a toddler want something? They don't give up. Oh my God, they're relentless. Oh my God, they're like, oh,
That's so true.
relentless. Oh my God, why? I'm not taking you out of crib. It's your nap time. Your nap time is 2 hours. You cry for 1 hour and 45 minutes. And then you sleep for 40 to 15 minutes. Travis, be relentless. Do not give up. Do not give up. Be like a toddler. Don't accept a no as like the end of it all. And then after that, then you go for people you don't know. I like to do cold market. It's safer. If you tell me no, I don't feel it. So how do I do cold market? I'll just go on IG, put a hashtag that I like. Travis, you look like a footballer. You're a big guy. If you like football or hats or whatever you like, I don't know, skiing. You could like skiing. Kevin, I don't know. You put skiing. Make sure you have something in your profile about skiing. Whatever you like, make sure you have something about it. You know, Heather, you blonde hair with glasses. You know, something like that. Angelo, we know what he does. John Law, you have this really great name, like Jude Law, one of my favorite actors. I think you're Latino. I'm not sure, but whatever you like to do, put it. You got some biceps, put a picture. Girls like that. Take a picture. You know, biceps. Hashtag biceps. Whatever. You know, anything you want to do. And then when people find those people, and then look at their profiles, and then just say literally, hello. Hey, I like what you're doing, man. What's up? Do that for like maybe half an hour a day, twice a day. Do like about 20. You get no's there, but every now and then, if Instagram is your place, do Instagram. If Clubhouse is your place, do Clubhouse. If TikTok is your place, it's not my place. You know, it's just too much work for that. If Facebook is your place, it's really good. But always every day prospect. Every day, just meet new people. Be like a toddler. When a toddler goes to the park, you have a toddler, do you see what they do? They go look for strange people. After you told them, do not talk to strangers, what do? They walk up to a strange person, a strange kid without a mask, and they touch their face, and they do like so. So I want you guys to do like this. Everybody do like this, touch another person. That's what we do in church. Let's touch our neighbors, everybody. Just be inquisitive. Find out about people. Find out about people's story. Everyone has an amazing story. I bet when you thought about me, you didn't think, oh my gosh, she's from the Caribbean. Her father is the first of 20. And my father delivered the first 10 kids. Sorry, the last 10 kids, sorry. So when he was 10, he was delivering. Yeah, third world life. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know, people had no TV. What else can I say to you? Don't be afraid. Make it fun. Make it a lot of fun. That's one thing that I wish I did. If you make it fun, it'll be easier for you. Was that helpful at all?
That was
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed, Nadine. You have a gift, a communication gift. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And it is like courting, you said, Nadine. It's like you expect you ask someone to marry you on the first date. You know, typically people are resistant. It's our nature to be resistant and things of this matter. So usually it takes a few times for people to warm up. And then usually when people actually do try it and with the guarantee, there's nothing to lose, they're like, why didn't I do this sooner? That's the way I felt, because I was very skeptical. I was kicking the tires, for a while. I thought I was organic before Purium too. So I thought I'm already okay. But like you just showed us with those tomatoes, it's like there's organic and then there's organic. And thank you so much for being on today, Nadine. You're amazing. We love you.
Who are you?
Love you guys too. Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Thank
much,
you.
Nate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Where can people find you on the social media, Nadine?
Oh, the green life too. I'll put it in here. And I guess I'll just leave with this because I think about this a bit. I've been thinking about this a bit today because I've had a client who's having a really hard time. If you were the last person a person is going to see to tell them about nutrition, when you see someone, suppose you were the last person that they were going to meet, that their last hope. And it sounds like impossible, but for a lot of people, we are really their last hope before things go really bad with them, or their first step to a better life. Really.
True. That's so true.
We are either their last step or their first step. We want to be the last person, and we don't say anything. We don't say, hey, don't here, I can give you this. Or you never tell them anything and they continue on and they choose a different path. Right?
And I think a lot of us have a limiting self-belief that, what we are sharing, because we are exchanging energy, we're exchanging, we got to make money doing something. It might as well be something that we fully align with, that we believe in, that's our mission. And even for me, for so long, Nadine and everyone, I was like thinking, am I dirty for doing this? I think I'm trying to sell somebody on something. I wasn't. I want them to enjoy it like I did, but I just had this limiting self-belief that no one's going to want to hear from me. But like you said, you're promoting shoes and hair and other things for free for companies. So you might as well promote something that's going to improve somebody's life and that they could even make a living off of.
Limiting self-beliefs it must be a very American thing. It has to be, really.
It has to be
because the reason why I say that is because it's like, I guess when you grow up in a different place where it's like really hard and there's not a lot of jobs or food and stuff, it's like, we'll do anything to make money, shoot. It's like, yeah, I will sell this. But also, do you think that the owner of Costco has a limiting self-belief to sell us all that crap? No. We're doing a favor. This is the most beautiful way to earn money because we only earn money if other people are earning money. Don't you want your people to earn money? Mallory, you only get to crown if you have a whole bunch of green diamonds making green diamond money. You don't get to crown by yourself. John, you only get to blue diamond if you have a bunch of people making $6,000 a month. Don't you want a bunch of people making $6,000 a month? Don't you know somebody who needs $6,000 a month? Kevin, you only get to red diamond if you have a bunch of people making money. We don't get paid unless other people make money. And if we understand that, we would know, shoot, man, I need to do this for other people. I don't do this for myself. I'm trying to get money into Catherine's hand. I'm trying to get money into my my brand partner's hand. I'm like, I need to get them some money. That's how I think of this. I take myself out of it. You have a mom, you sign them up under you, you try to get somebody, your mom been good to you. If she's not been good to you, well, get some therapy for that, but still, you sign her up, you sign your dad up, whoever loved you, you put them there and you get them some money for all of the BS that you've given them all of this time. You have a kid that's of age that you can sign up, you want them to have financial freedom. You sign them up, you get them to Diamond. You help them get their friends to Diamond. Then you have a kid that has money. You have a loved one, your wife, whatever, however it works. So it's not, I'm not making money. I'm trying to get my my trainer to make money because he's out there hustling so hard. And I feel sorry for him. He's working, he's killing himself. I'm like, man, if I can get $6,000 into him, he'll be happy. And if he gets $6,000, he want to get $6,000 into somebody else. And that's one diamond. Right? I mean, no, don't we want to help people make money? Costco ain't giving us no money when we buy their food.
No, they ain't.
Target ain't. Right, Travis? I mean, don't we? Nobody here wants to help nobody make money here? Raise your hand if you want to help. Yeah,
I do.
I do.
there you go.
Health is
You
ultimate.
think of it like
wealth.
this. You don't think of it like it's a faulty thing because you ain't doing it for yourself. You gotta have a world vision. Ain't nobody want to stop sex trafficking, human poverty, like all these things. There's so many things we could do with money in the hands of good people is great. Find something outside yourself that you want to do. There's a whole war going on the other side of the world. Ain't nobody want to stop, help that. There's a whole lot of people dying all over Asia. Ain't nobody interested. It's not just for us. I live in Brooklyn. I could literally live on $2,000 a month in a small house, and I'm pretty happy. I don't need much. But Purium promises a whole lot more, and I'm thinking, I can buy a house for my dad. Maybe I can adopt 20 kids. I don't know. Maybe do a foster thing. I don't know. I know there's race stuff, right, Kevin? We got Black Lives, this Lives Matter, all these different things. We got food deserts here. We got Black people having issues. I mean, some money we can do something for them. Education for some minority kids that, get them to do some coding. Prison reform. Missions, something. When you start thinking out of the box, you start thinking bigger, this people even can't afford to pay us for our vision. This guy is trying to send money to people to the moon. He's not trying to help it, Let me tell you guys, you think outside the box, John, and you don't think that you're making money for yourself. You would see, you would do this.
Thank you, Nadine. Thank you, guys. That
Thank
was
you.
worth going over because
Yeah.
was great. Thank you.
For sure.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Spread
Thank
the
you.
word. Spread the word. Share the love.
Powerful.
Powerful.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna wrap this up. If anyone wants to share anything, go for it. Otherwise, I'm gonna call it a sesh for today. And if anyone invited you onto this call and you connect with them and get healthy, get people healthy, start making a little money for yourself, helping people make money. All right.
That's true.
Thank you, Nadine. You're awesome.
Yeah, you are awesome, Nadine.
Thanks, Nadine. That was pretty inspiring. I dug that.
Thanks, Nadine.
Thanks, Nadine.
You're welcome, guys.
Thank
Love
you.
guys.
Thank
you,
you.
Thank you, Nadine.
Thank you.
Welcome.